Hello Anna, thank you for your coffee.
Yeah, it was very nice, was it?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Great. So now we have the specific question that we want to answer. It's
Okay.
about the student. I told you we want to make a prediction of the salary based on the age and the gender. The gender being a categorical variable, the age, as we said, it's numerical.
Okay, so it is great you came with your specific question. The salary of a person with age 24 with gender male.
Yes.
So now we can fit the equation as like salary is equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 times age plus beta 2 times gender plus epsilon. So this epsilon is the error of the regression equation. So for the moment we ignore the error, so that error always will be there. And you remember from the previous explanation what is beta 1?
Beta 1 is the effect of age in salary.
Exactly. So if we get beta 1 is close to 0, what does it mean?
It means the age doesn't have any impact on the salary.
Okay, exactly. Now what is beta 0? Beta 0 is the value of the salary when beta 1 and beta 2 has no any impact on salary. Okay, so anyway it has no any relevance. So here we have a gender. So gender is, we have two categories, male and female. So whenever we have categorical variables, we have to make a dummy variable. So here I will call dummy variable is D, dummy variable for gender, and I put codes like this. No, you don't need to put male for 1, you can put male for 0 or 1. So whatever, this is the same case. In short, D gen means yes, it is male, it is not female. So D gen means yes, it is male, it is not female. In another case, if you have a variable with 10 categories, 9 dummy variables you have to make. Now this equation beta 0, beta 1 times age plus beta 2 times gender, this gender we will replace with D gen. That means we are talking about male, yes or no. Okay, so now we will write like this, beta 0 plus beta 1 times age plus beta 2 times D gen. So this equation represents, so this salary is the salary of
Male.
male. You remember what was the difference between betas and Bs?
Yes, the betas were for the population and the Bs are going to be for the sample.
This B0 is the approximation of beta 0 and B1 is the approximation of beta 1. This beta 1 is of the population and this B is of the sample. And here you have to calculate a salary of the male. So you remember D gen is of male. So you have to put this is equal to 1. So this would be the salary of the male with 24 years. Beta 0, beta 1 and beta 2 are the constants. Any software, statistical software will give us these values. So the only remaining thing we have to put is this age, and it is 24, and we know this is 4 times 1. So salary is 53. So here I have a question. What is beta 2?
Beta 2 is the impact of the gender in the salary.
Okay. So what happens when gender changes from male to female? What would be the change in salary?
The change would be the 4.
4, no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So in short, beta 2 we have to multiply with
0.
0. So here also we will multiply with 0 and here we multiply with 0 and what should be the value?
Should be 53 minus 4, which is
53
49.
minus 4, 53 minus 4 is 49.
Okay, so that would happen when the gender is female.
Female.
Then according to the table, we are going to say gender, the gen is 0. Great. So our model now is this one for female. And as you said, now we don't have the 4. So it's 49.
In short, beta 2 is the impact of gender in salary. And when gender changes from male to female, there is a difference of 4.
Great. So now what happens, Jovish, when we have more than one categorical variable? For example, he also wanted to answer these questions. What is the salary of a person working in company Ford or GM? And as you remember, the company has not only 2 categories, but 3, because we have 3 companies.
Company Ford, company GM. In which variable we have those data?
We have it in the variable called
company.
Okay.
So we have to fit an equation called salary is equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 times company. How many categories are there in company?
In company, we have three different companies.
Okay, 3 different companies are there. So how many dummy variables we have to create?
According to what you said, we need one less. So we would need 2 dummy variables.
2 dummy variables. Okay, let us create that one. So we can put D company 1 or dummy company 1, dummy company 2 are the 2 dummy variables.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, D dummy company 1, we would put 0, 1, 0. So when I say dummy means that stands for General Motors. And when I say D come to, that stands for
BMW.
And Ford, there is no necessary. If that person is not working in GM and if he is not working in BMW, I know where he is working. It is Ford.
I see. I see. So it's like the reference category could be Ford.
The base, reference category or the base. So let us see what is the degrees of freedom. Here, degrees of freedom is 2. You know why is 2? We have to know 2 information. I have to know he is working in GM, yes or no, and BMW, yes or no. So I have to know 2 information. So here degrees of freedom, if you put this equation in Minitab or Python or Excel, it will say degrees of freedom is 2. Why it is 2? We need 2 information. I want to know he works in Ford. If you say no, then I will ask he is working in GM. If you say no, then I know he is working in BMW. The third option or the last option is always obvious.
Okay, so even when we only see one variable here, which is company, we know that we have 2 degrees of freedom because we need information for these 2 variables, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So how do we answer the question about a person working for the company Ford?
Okay, so we already have this equation fitted is salary is equal to beta 0 plus beta 1 times company. Now we will replace this equation by dummy variables.
Okay.
Now we will use the codes. Now we already have the codes as this one. But remember, if you want to know the company Ford, what will be the value corresponding Ford? Com 1 is 0. Decom 2 is 0. So it will be 0 and it will be 0. So it will be basically we are multiplying with 0 and 0.
Okay, so the model would be only that one. The salary would be
equal
the
to
interceptor.
Beta 0.
Okay, and for the next question, the company GM?
So the same thing we have to use. You remember?
Yes, Decom would
GM, dummy, company 1. So we will use this value 1, Decom 1 equal to 1. Is equal to, this will be multiplied with 1. No?
Yes, and the other one with 0. So this goes away.
Here I have a question. Do you remember what was beta 11 or B11?
That's the effect of the dummy variable for company 1 in the salary.
Or here, what is beta 1?
The impact of the company in salary.
That means when a person changes company, what will be the change in salary?
Oh, it would be the beta 1, 1.
You see?
Okay, I see. Yes. So he's working in Ford. That's not there. But if he moves to GM, then he has that.
So can you tell me without writing the entire equation, if the same person working in BMW, what would be his salary?
Yes, I can, because I will use B0 plus B12.
1, 2. Exactly.
Okay.
That means a person working in GM earns B11 salary more than a person working in Ford.
Yes.
Or a person working in Ford earns B11 salary less than a person working in GM.
Great.
Again, in BMW, a person working in BMW earns how much more than a person working in Ford?
The B12.
Exactly. Or in reverse, a person working in Ford earns B12 salary less than a person working in BMW.
Very good. That's the role of the coefficients in these equations.
Yes.
Great. Now, what about if we want more categorical variables? Can we have them?
The same pattern we can continue, no? So this is a big equation. Before going to answer this question, let us see what will be the degrees of freedom of this equation. So age contributes 1. Then gender we have 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Education.
We have 3.
Okay. So 3 minus 1 is 2. And place 1, 2, 3, 4, no?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3, 5, 6, 7. So degrees of freedom of this equation is 7.
Okay, great.
Or we need 7 information to answer this question.
So how do we include the dummy variables in this case, Jovish?
Age, we don't need any dummy variable. So gender, there are 2 categorical variables. So we have to create 1 dummy variable. In education, we have 3 education. So we have to put 2 dummy variables. In place, we have 3. So we have to put 2 dummy variables there.
So in this case, the codes would be like this. 1 variable for gender, then 2 variables for the education, and 2 other variables for the place, because they have 3 categories here, 2 variables, 2 categories there, just 1 variable, and that would be our model.
Okay. But you have the equation, but you have to specify the question correctly, no? Maybe let us put like this: a person with age 33,
Okay.
gender male,
Mhm.
and education, which education?
Let's say he has a bachelor's degree,
Bachelor degree,
and then in place 2.
place 2. So what changes this equation?
Okay.
This is beta 0 plus beta 1. You don't need to worry about beta 0, beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3. Those values they will give the Minitab or Excel or Python. No, don't worry.
Okay.
So age, what you have to do? You have to replace this with
33.
33.
Great.
Then it is,
The male,
Male.
so it's 1.
so you see, this dgen variable take value when it is male.
Okay.
So we have to multiply this with
1.
1.
Mhm.
Again, so we used this data, now bachelor. So edu1 takes value when it is bachelor.
Okay.
So edu1 takes 1
Okay.
and edu2 takes
0.
0. Okay, and another is from place 2.
Place 2.
So which variable takes code 1?
The dplay 1.
Dplay 1.
Mhm.
So dplay 1 takes 1
1,
and it takes
0.
0. So once you have the constants,
Okay.
you will get
The
the
salary.
final answer, salary.
Very good, Jovish. You helped me a lot. That is going to be very good for my student, because he has the database. He is going to clean it up, and he is going to apply all these models so that he can get information about, depending on the variable he wants to use, like his age, his education, what would be the salary for him in a specific company.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Bye.
Bye.